Bitmine reported 1,838,003 ETH staked as of January 19, 2026, and said it's working with 3 staking providers while building its Maven validator network to go live in Q1 2026. That staking number increased dramatically in just a week. Chairman Tom Lee said Bitmine added 35,268 ETH in the prior week, another large buy that signals aggressive accumulation. The company also announced a $200 million equity investment in Beast Industries, Mr. Beast's holding company, expected to close imminently, a diversification move that surprises some investors. Bitmine's charter change to expand authorized shares gives flexibility but opens dilution risk. Meanwhile, short-term volatility is driven by ETH price moves, staking yields, and any equity issuance. What Bitmine announced: staking, Maven, and the numbers. Bitmine's January 19 update is straightforward and dramatic. The company reported 1,838,003 ETH staked, about $5.9 billion at the company's $3,211 per ETH reference, which was a jump of 581,920 ETH in a week, a huge increase. Management said Bitmine is working with 3 staking providers while it prepares to launch Maven, Made in America Validator Network, in Q1 2026. The goal: take ETH holdings and convert part of them from a passive, price-only exposure into a recurring staking revenue stream, plus reduce the liquid float of ETH in the market. Why that matters: staking turns idle tokens into yield. On a high level, staking ETH participates in Ethereum's proof-of-stake consensus. You lock tokens with validators and earn rewards. For a company like Bitmine, this converts volatile crypto holdings into an operational business line. They can earn staking rewards, an income statement line, while also making the treasury more productive. That's a very different story from a firm that merely holds crypto on its balance sheet. Imagine you own an orchard full of apple trees, ETH. You can sell apples when prices are high, volatile cash flow, or you can rent sections of your orchard to cider makers who pay you a steady fee, staking rewards. Bitmine is now both hoarding apples and building a cidery. The 35,268 ETH by aggressive accumulation. In the chairman's message and subsequent filings/press posts, Tom Lee said Bitmine acquired 35,268 ETH over the past week. Media outlets and market summaries picked up on that figure. The move was described as adding roughly $100 to $110 million worth of ETH at recent prices. This is not pocket change, it's an institutional-sized accumulation. Why investors read tea leaves from this? When a company publicly says it's buying more ETH, markets assume management thinks the token is undervalued or that demand fundamentals are improving. In Bitmine's case, Lee highlighted the rising ETH/BTC ratio, a signal he interprets as institutional interest rotating into Ethereum, because many new tokenized finance products and smart contract native applications are being built on Ethereum. If institutions truly favor ETH, Bmnr's underlying assets appreciate and the stock benefits. It's like the owner of a bicycle factory publicly saying they bought a fleet of e-bikes because they think e-bikes are the next global transport standard. That kind of signal can change investor expectations about future markets. By the way, if you are getting value from this video so far and want more like this, please like the video, it means much to us, and hit the subscribe button and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. The share authorization expansion. Optionality versus dilution. Bitmine's recent shareholder meeting approved expanding authorized shares dramatically. Important technical point: authorized shares are not the same as issued shares. Increasing authorization simply gives the company the legal capacity to issue far more stock in the future, for employee compensation, M&A, capital raises, or other corporate actions. It does not automatically dilute current holders. Why investors worry anyway? Broad authorization can be used to quickly raise capital by issuing new shares. If management issues a ton at low prices, per share NAV falls. The optics of such an enormous increase worry control investors. A 100 times expansion in authorized shares opens the door to heavy dilution if the company chooses to act fast. So this is a double-edged sword. It gives management flexibility to accelerate Maven, buy assets, or close deals like the Beast investment, but it also creates runway for dilution. The correct investor posture is to watch the use of those authorized shares, not panic at the authorization itself. Where the risk lies: ETH price, staking yield, and execution. The three primary risk axes for Bmnr: ETH price risk. With millions of ETH on the balance sheet, Bmnr is levered to whatever happens to Ether's market price. A rapid ETH sell-off compresses reported NAV and can make share issuance less attractive. Staking economics, staking rewards, composite Ethereum staking rate, 2.8% at the time of the filing, are a key driver of recurring revenue. If the reward rate drops or slashing events occur, projected returns fall. The Greenland tariff twist: how a geopolitical sigh of relief could amp Bmnr. On January 21st, President Trump announced he would not impose the planned tariffs after saying he and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte had formed a framework related to Greenland, a development that calmed a brewing trade spat and sparked a quick market rally. Markets reacted positively to the removal of threatened tariffs and the reduction of cross-border trade risk. Why that could explode Bmnr, or at least push it higher for a while. Risk-on flows. When geopolitical risk recedes, investors move from cash and sovereign safety into stocks and risk assets, including crypto. Bmnr is a crypto-backed equity. It tends to rally in risk-on environments. Liquidity and confidence. Tariff threats create uncertainty that can depress capital allocation to new projects. If the world looks less likely to trade war itself to death, money flows back into speculative, high-growth niches. Think tokenization, digital finance, and creator economy plays. Bitmine's Beast Bet becomes more attractive in that world. Short-term leverage. Bmnr tends to be heavily traded and responsive to headlines. A sudden risk-on wave can push ETH up, which lifts Bmnr's underlying NAV and triggers algorithmic and momentum buying. Imagine the market as a theme park. Trump's tariff threat was like the ride inspector announcing, "Today all roller coasters might close." People left the park. Then he says, "Kidding, ride on," and suddenly the line for the crypto coaster doubles in length. Bmnr is on that coaster. Important caveat: this is short-term market psychology. A policy headline won't change the fundamental facts about staking execution, dilution risk, or how many ETH Bitmine owns. But it can materially change flows and sentiment for days or weeks, even years, hitting $7,500 possibly. Note this as well. Note this as well. Daniel 7 verses 25 to 27 tells us, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him." Want more information about the books of prophecy? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage us to continue bringing to you more insightful videos. Do not miss out on our future videos. All I am asking is your subscription. Thank you for joining me today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's love.